Yes, people, what's happening? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to your daily transfer update. Big up to everyone that's locked in over on Chelsea Fan TV as well. And people, as always, there's plenty to get stuck into in another day at Chelsea, guys. So obviously make sure you smash the likes over on both channels. Make sure you subscribe to both channels if you haven't done so already. And there is plenty of news to go through, as I said. We've got the latest on Enzo, we've got the latest on Paulo Dybala, the latest on Moises Caicedo. Obviously, Romelu Lukaku refusing to return for pre-season training at Chelsea. Him and Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang have been told they're not required back until next Monday now. So hopefully they can get a move away and they don't have to return to the club. Got Enzo Fernandez speaking on Paulo Dybala and how he wants him to join. We've also got Moises Caicedo speaking about a potential move to Chelsea as well. And Datro Fofana has finally completed his loan move to Union Berlin for the rest of the season. And he takes up the first of 7 loan slots available under new FIFA regulations. So we're going to be getting stuck into that and talking about who else we think could be taking up those loan slots that we've got available. As always, guys, make sure you get involved in the chat. Make sure you let me know where you're tuning in from. Let's say hello to a few people before we get the show on the road, guys. Good 2000, big up. Any more progression on Caicedo? No real progression on Caicedo, unfortunately. That's kind of just where we're at this point in time. No real progression at the moment. Daniel, hope you're good. Ryan, cheers for tuning in as always, bro. Smart from Lukaku by not training. He forces Chelsea to try and get him out faster and accept any current deal on the table. I also think it's smart from Chelsea to also extend his period until he has to come back, because then you avoid the headlines like, oh, Lukaku goes AWOL and all that sort of thing. So, look, I think we knew he had no intention of returning, but I think it's also smart from the club to also avoid those headlines. Oh, no, absolutely. He's got no intention of ever playing again. No intention at all. Lukaku's an absolute wanker. Yeah, agreed. Good vibes. Good. Don't even want Lukaku anywhere near first team. Daily CFC focus. Hope you're good. Grunge Bands. Hope you're doing well. Jeff, big up. What's up, my guy? Big ups. Cheers in Kunku. Hope you're doing good. Michael up the Chelsea. Apologies for what? Michael, hope you're good. Yep, keep smashing the likes, guys. Isn't he on loan from Chelsea, Lukaku? Yeah, he is on loan from Chelsea. Bro, with those money, we can almost buy 2 better players than Caicedo. I'm not sure. Congratulations. I'm not sure what for, but cheers. Tuning in from Uganda. Big up to all the Chelsea fans in Uganda. Coming back to see this comment. Lukaku is one of the dumbest players on earth. He's an illiterate and has no knowledge of his profession whatsoever. Still desperate to impress them. Fair. Levi will push for the Liverpool move. Another. No, I don't think he will, to be honest. I really don't think he will. But we're going to get into the Colwell stuff as well. Lukaku maybe is the. No, I think it's the worst signing Chelsea have ever made. I really do. In terms of the amount of money spent and how it's worked out, I honestly think this is the worst signing Chelsea have ever made. But guys in the chat, let me know if you can think of any worse signings in Chelsea's history than Lukaku. Chelsea paying Lukaku at the moment. Milinkovic-Savic to Al Hilal, what a waste. Yeah, I mean, people always in the chat were banging on about Milinkovic-Savic. Oh, we should go and get him. Well, he goes to Saudi Arabia. The guy's linked with a move like every year somewhere. And yeah, you know, he's gone to Saudi. So there we go. True Blue Clay, big up, my guy. Yeah, people keep running those likes up, guys. You know, as soon as you enter the stream, people, make sure you hit that like button. You know, it should be like a rite of passage. You come in, you hit the like button, you tune in, you get involved. That's how we roll. Lukaku has got to go now. It's a joke. New kit, yeah, really like it. Yeah, new kit's great. It's not any of these hanging up, by the way. So if anyone thinks it's hanging up, it's not hanging up. But yeah. It is great. I do really like it. I just hope you can buy the non-sponsored version. Look, I think I speak for all of us that we were all pretty excited for the Lukaku thing. I don't think any of us thought it was going to turn out the way that it did. But ultimately, that's exactly what happened. It's been a shit show, and we just got to move on from it. Big up from Hungary. Do you think we'll get Moises? I hope so. I hope so. By the way, guys, vote in the poll as well on my channel if you think that we're going to get Caicedo signed before we jet off for pre-season. Future of Chalobah, I think he stays, but we can get into that as well. Do you think we'll get another midfielder after Caicedo? I think it depends on outgoings. If Conor Gallagher were to leave as well, then I think so. But if he wasn't to leave, then maybe not. Maybe not. It's a tricky one. I think a lot will also depend on how well the likes of Caicedo, Chukwuemeka, and Andre Santos do in pre-season. If two or all of them really impress, then maybe we don't need to go and sign another midfield player. Who knows? Big up from Kenya. Hope all the Chelsea fans doing good out there. His age was too high to drop 100 million, and really the resale value was always going to plummet. I mean, to be honest, I don't think we planned on reselling him. I think we probably thought he was going to be here for 5-year contract that he signed, and at that point, you know, he either goes on a free or he goes for a minimal fee. So yeah, I don't think we were planning on it ever turning out like this. Chalobah probably leaving. I don't know. Big up my guy. Watching while having football session. Decent. Max, hope you're good. Newcastle linked with him. Yeah, they have been linked with Chalobah, but nothing new recently. Why did not went for Haaland? We tried. The numbers were ridiculous. We did try. Get him gone for 40 million euros could have been worse. Yep. Chelsea should stop. Unfortunately, if only we're allowed to do that. Caicedo deal must be done now before other clubs get involved. Agreed. We need Lavia and Moises Caicedo. Need a top striker. Big cry. Lukaku hit by the on the door on the way out. We had the same problems when Lukaku up front as we did with Werner. Zero midfielders able to pick a pass when they were in position. Well, that's what we got Enzo Fernandez here for. So let's hope that can make a difference. Really. Yep, agreed on that. It's been a disaster. I don't think if Lukaku returns will make Chelsea succeed this season. Why don't we think of new players? Well, we are. Lukaku's not coming back. Maybe wait for Tony. It's a possibility. It's a big risk, though. Can we get Caicedo before pre-season starts? This move is stalling and has been for a long time. It's high time our scouts had a plan B. I think there probably is a plan B. Vincent, don't pay. PR team should have done better for Cole. We must not use banter on the kids. Benfica just signed left-back Jurasek from Slavia Prague. Is he meant to be any good? Never heard of him. Who will take up the keeper position? I think Kepa will be number one in terms of a second-choice goalkeeper coming into the club. I'm not really too sure, to be perfectly honest. The links on a move for a goalkeeper have gone a little bit quiet, actually. So, yeah, let's wait and see what happens on that front. Werner would be banging goals for fun if the offside rule has changed. Yeah, if Werner would be turning into a legend. Instead of a 9 Torres, I'll probably have an 11 Timo Werner on the back if that offside rule was in. We should go for Caicedo before we jet off. Well, I think that's the plan. Can't wait for this season. These Arsenal fans need to be humbled. Agreed on that one. Raheem Sterling, why is he still here? Failure, good work ethic, but that's not enough. He's still here because he's only had one season and we spent a load of money on him. So that's why he's still here. You know, that's the reason he's still here. He definitely deserves another season, in my opinion, to show what he can do. And then, obviously, if it doesn't quite work out, then we're going to go in a different situation. I think he could be looking at being sold next summer, if necessary. But yeah, what else have we got? Diogo Costa, number one for you. Fair. Yeah, I think we're going to keep Kepa. I think we will for another season. Yep. De Gea interim, no. Big up from Ghana. Very promising young talent. Sterling has one more chance this season. If he flops, he'll be on his way out. I think I agree on that. We should get what we can for Lukaku and forget about him, for sure. Ivan Toney, Premiership proven. I'm not sure how you come into that conclusion, bro, when he's been here less than 6 months. But, you know, each to their own on that one. You would think a decent goalkeeper would take a chance with Chelsea. Kepa isn't the most confident player. Are you going to every home and away game? I'll try. Whether it happens or not is another thing. But yeah, hopefully get to as many games as possible. Because it's great fun as always. So hopefully, yes. We are still struggling with striker. Last best we had was Costa. Agreed. Same with Cucurella. I think we need to give him another season. I agree on that. Lukaku's been unprofessional from the get-go. Yep. Get Lukaku out on Caicedo in ASAP. Agreed. What are your thoughts on a system we should employ? I think we'll go with the 4-2-3-1 or maybe a 4-3-3 in certain games. But Pochettino likes to use the 4-2-3-1. So I imagine we'll probably predominantly go with that. But again, in modern football, you've got to be fluid with your tactics and with your system. So yeah, I think that'll be the main one. But I think you would expect it to change in and out of possession and in different games as well. We rather think of Hazard than Lukaku. If possible, Lukaku's a waste of money. I like the Chelsea. Yeah, it's what is that one? I think it's like a 93, 94 away kit. I think it's like 40 quid from the mega store. Yeah, decent. I mean, get him. I suppose you can get them in a lot of places, but yeah, nice retro kit. Or a big fan of the retro kits. I think Sterling will do good now. We have a manager of the system. Potentially, yes. I think I saw somewhere potentially 30 million euros, so maybe around 25, 26 million pounds. Seems about right. I don't think Brighton would be persuaded to sell Caicedo unless they receive a world record transfer fee close to 100 mil. I don't know if Todd's ready to break the bank again after the end of the deal. Depends on the structure of the payments. I think I was discussing this last night. Or maybe I was listening to it somewhere last night. I can't remember, but basically, like 100. I know this. Bear with me on this one, but 100 million. Right, it might be better for Chelsea to pay 100 million for Caicedo in terms of, because that way you get a better payment structure. Whereas before, if you pay 80, 85 million pounds, they're going to want the bulk of that up front. Whereas of 100 million, if you're paying that in 4 lots of 25 mil, then that's much better on the books and a much better deal for Chelsea. So by paying more, if you can get more preferable payment structure, then it actually might be more beneficial for us to pay 100 mil for Caicedo. Hopefully the banners for current players end after Mason Mount debacle. Yeah, mate, I don't know. We still have, they're all going to go though. I think we should go from the Turkish league. I've never heard of him. Chelsea worst signings of Lukaku, Bakayoko, Drinkwater, Morata, Werner, Shevchenko. I don't know, bro. I got that. It doesn't really fit, but it's a bit big, but it's a class shirt. I think it's like a 98, 99 third kit. It is wicked. I got it from Classic Football Shirts. I can't remember how much it is, but yeah, it's a bit of a banger. It's more for show because, as I said, it is a bit big. Where do you think we'll finish this season? Hopefully top 5 so we can get Champions League football. Don't want old players back at Chelsea. We got to move forward. Always, 30 million euros. That's a bargain. It could be a bargain if it works out. Are you doing watch-alongs in the pre-season games? I would love to see that personally. And do you know where you can watch? So it depends where you are in the world. In the UK, you can watch the pre-season games on Sky Sports. They're also available on the Fifth Stand app as well. So if you download the Fifth Stand app, you can also watch them on there. I was thinking about doing watch-alongs for the pre-season games, but because of the UK, I'm in the UK, the time difference is terrible. So they'd be on at like midnight, which is not obviously ideal at all. Did you FFP loan info? Is that why we bought Strasbourg to get around UEFA restrictions? No, I don't think so. Should complete that before they change their minds. Brother, do you watch Eunice talks? Yeah, I do sometimes. To be fair, I do sometimes. Yeah, Jacob, big up. Should go for Dominic Calvert-Lewin, terrific player. I disagree on that. The guy's done more fashion shoots than he's played football matches recently, so it's a no from me. I think we're going to get Champions League. Yeah, I hope so, but a lot's going to depend on who we sign. But anyway, people, let's get into the show now, guys. We've gone through a few bits in the chat. I'll get through more when I can, but let's get the main part of the show on the road, people. So let's talk about that guy, Romelu Lukaku. So he was expected to return in the next 24 to 48 hours, but subsequently Lukaku's return date has been delayed until the 17th of July, so a week, so next Monday. Chelsea hope his future will be resolved by then, and that Inter will return with an acceptable offer. The expected sale of Andre Onana to United should free up funds. Chelsea want around £45 million, so around 45 million euros, about £40 million. Lukaku has indicated that he wants a permanent move to Inter and is waiting for a transfer to resolve itself. A significant gulf in valuation needs to be bridged, but all parties are optimistic of finding a resolution before next Monday. Juventus and Al Hilal still both looking at Lukaku. He doesn't want to move to Juve, and no swap with Dusan Vlahovic has been discussed. Al Hilal are waiting and still hoping if Inter falls through that they can pounce despite Lukaku indicating his preference. So, look, I think we should have expected this from Lukaku. We should have expected that he was never going to return. What's Pice saying? I might have already seen this, people. So let me just bear with me. I'll get back to that. Chelsea are preparing an opening offer for Rayan Cherki. Sources have told Julian Laurens. He's normally pretty good with French stuff. We're going to get into that as well. There's potential stuff for Rayan Cherki as well, people. So yeah, lots of breaking news coming in, guys, as we speak. So yeah, always good to be live when stuff's coming through. But yeah, people, let's go back to this Lukaku thing quickly. So obviously, it was clear that it was going to be Lukaku was probably had no intentions of coming back. But at the same time, you know, you would have thought he'd probably return, maybe go and train with the separate group of players, and then obviously move from there, try and get a move resolved. But it's clear he never wanted Chelsea. He never wanted to return. I would say I was surprised by his behaviour, but I'm actually not. So Yeah, it is what it is with Lukaku. And I think, as I was saying earlier, it's smart from Chelsea because that way, it avoids Lukaku coming back because he never wanted to come back. And it also avoids all those headlines of, Lukaku's gone AWOL, Chelsea have lost control over Lukaku. He's not returning to preseason training. By extending that period of him coming back, I don't think the club want him to come back. So by doing that, they're giving themselves a little bit of extra time to get this deal sorted. And then by Monday, once we've jetted off to the States, then we can, of course, we can forget all about Romelu Lukaku. But yeah, I think obviously once Inter get their Onana money in as well, then they'll be able to use more of that towards the Lukaku deal, and then we can, and then obviously we can go from there. There's been a Fabrizio tweet as well. Jesus, it's all popping off, isn't it, people? It's all popping off. What have we got on Fabrizio? Chelsea have asked. Oh yeah, of course, with Aubameyang. Chelsea have asked Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang to return to training on July 17th, as they did with Lukaku. Chelsea are still pushing to sell Oba to Saudi clubs, but the situation is not at final or advanced stages yet. More to follow in the next day. So yeah, it's the same with Aubameyang. I think this is a good move from Chelsea because instead of bringing players back to the club, bringing players back to the club back to training that don't want to be here. By extending that period that they're away for, we jet off a pre-season on that Monday. It gives you an extra week to try and get a move sorted for these guys. So I actually think from Chelsea, this is actually a really good thing. I know I see people saying, "Oh, we're being a bit of a walkover. We're being far too accommodating." But actually, like from a Chelsea perspective, I think a lot of this really does make sense in terms of it avoids them coming to the training ground. It avoids any media scrutiny on them at the training ground because you know full well that people are going to want to see pictures of Lukaku at Chelsea training, pictures of Aubameyang or whatever. So it avoids all that. And that's exactly it. It avoids all that. So yeah, I think it's a big plus that we're doing this. And yeah, as I say, the sooner Lukaku goes, the better. Lukaku might be the most ungrateful human being on the planet. I don't know why Drogba likes him. Look, I don't think Lukaku's a bad human, but I just think the way that this Chelsea thing's come about has been an absolute shambles. Like, he never wanted to leave in the first place, but Inter couldn't say no to that money. And then it started, to be fair, it actually started pretty well, which is kind of mad. It started pretty well. We were all getting really excited. And then, it just literally petered out into nothing, and it's been an absolute disaster since. £100 million for a 1 year loan. So Inter have absolutely mugged us off here in terms of £100 million into their bank. They loan Lukaku to us for a year, and then they get him back on the cheap. So yeah, they've done very, very well out of that. Didn't Chelsea already end talks with Inter and Lukaku? I think that was earlier. Andy, big up, great stuff again. Like peeps, get rid suing for losses, proper disaster, only in football madness. Yeah, this could only happen at Chelsea, a transfer to turn out like this. But it is what it is. But yeah, guys, as Andy said, keep running those likes up, people. Got 60 of us locked in on my channel, only 21 likes, guys. Don't be shy, hover over that thumb button, give it a click. It really helps me out. It boosts the stream, spreads it to more people, gets more people tuning in. So people, let's run the likes. So let's try and get to at least 50 likes on my channel, and the same over on Chelsea Fan TV, guys. Don't be shy. Give that thumb button a little click. It really does help out. Gone through that. H Naku, big up. I'm doing well, bro. Hope you're good. He's refusing the Juve move, which blows the Vlahovic deal out of the water. I don't think it blows the Vlahovic deal out of the water, but the swap deal was never on anyway. Let's be honest with ourselves, people. The swap deal was never on. Let's go for De Gea. No, I don't think so. Bro, I think that's you because there's no lag my end. On Lukaku, it's a blessing he said no to return. Pochettino keeping him would have been a misstep, in my opinion. I do agree to an extent. The only way it would have worked is if Lukaku actually wanted it to work, and then that would have been the first steps, but he clearly doesn't, so that's where we're at. And for Lukaku, if it ever started, he said when he first came back, he had unfinished business. Yeah. And look what's happened with that. Should be wearing black and white vertical stripes. Chelsea need to sign Vlahovic and Mitrovic. I don't think either of those will happen. Can't wait to see Poch at the dugout for Chelsea. No, I can't wait either. It's going to be good. Chelsea bidding for Cherki to replace Pulisic. I don't know if it's to replace Pulisic, but it's to be an additional attacking player. Lukaku beats every number 9 for Chelsea. I don't think he does. Go down as one of the worst signings in Premier League history, as well as Chelsea history. And then Tuchel comment, I thought Lukaku pushed for Chelsea back then. No, I don't think he did push for Chelsea. Like, obviously, it was fully reported as that, but it's clear that to me that he never wanted the Chelsea return, and that's kind of the reality of the situation. Great news up the Blues. He wanted to come back to Chelsea. No one had a gun to his head. No, they didn't, but Inter couldn't say no to that money. To answer the question, love Drogba, but like Mason Mount of saying PR comment, I don't know if it's got anything to do with Lukaku, though. Inter absolutely pulled our pants down and had their way with us, for sure. Nicholas Jackson will be 100 million within 2 years. Let's wait and see on that one. When we sell Lukaku, I never want to do it. Yep. We have about 6 more slots. We're going to get into this loan thing as well. Worried about goalkeeper situation, but everything else seems to be all right. Do you think Nicholas Jackson going to be insane? It's hard to tell. I'm excited for him, and I'm excited to see how he develops. But it's early days. I like Poch, but he used to be Tottenham. I don't care about any of that. Bidding for Cherki, where does that leave Mudryk? Doesn't leave Mudryk anywhere. It leaves Mudryk, for me, still as our starting left winger. Cherki will be someone that rotates in a number 10, maybe rotates in a wide position as well, but he wouldn't come in and be an automatic starter if he's someone that comes in and is a bit of a squad filler at this point in time. Why are we doing business so slow? The preseason tour doesn't start till the 17th. Is that 6 days? Yeah, that is 6 days. We jet out in 6 days. Look, I think a lot of business will be done between now and then, hopefully. So let's wait and see. But again, the main focus was obviously on all the outgoings. And then obviously we can now look at the incomings more. I appreciate that. It is very frustrating because, you see other clubs bringing players in and you're thinking, well, why haven't Chelsea been able to bring anyone in of any note? We've obviously bought in Jackson. That deal was done pretty quickly. But other than that, we've seemed to be in talks for days on end with Caicedo and seemingly no end in sight. And then in terms of other players, there doesn't really necessarily seem to be any links. Yeah, we're going to get into the Cherki stuff. I've seen Broyo back training, but hope he puts in a shift. Yeah, for sure. I agree. New Champions League format is terrible. I haven't actually seen it. What's going on with Caicedo? We're going to get into that a bit later on. But Lukaku, obviously no intention to return to Chelsea. Chelsea have extended his date that he has to return by, and a deal should be wrapped up with Inter Milan by next Monday. So then we can put this sorry saga to bed. But what an absolute shambles it has been. But yeah, it is good from the club to have done this, extend those return dates for Lukaku and Aubameyang, just so that they can get moves sorted out to come back to the training ground. And it doesn't invite any unnecessary media spotlight onto the club and etc. But yeah, let's move away from Romelu Lukaku, guys. Let's move into that sort of breaking news, as it were, that Chelsea are looking to sign Rayan Cherki and a bid could be imminent. Let's just bring that up on the screen now. Right, here we go. So Chelsea are seeking Rayan Cherki deal. Let's have a quick look here. So Chelsea are preparing to make an opening offer for Lyon's Rayan Cherki as they seek a replacement for Christian Pulisic, sources have told ESPN. Chelsea and Lyon, both owned by Americans, have a good relationship following the transfer of Malagusto to Stamford Bridge in January. So, I mean, look, I think Cherki's a player that we're all excited by for sure. But again, I haven't watched an awful lot of him. I do know a bit more about him than I did know about Jackson. But at the same time, it's another young talent. People are always screaming out for experience and stuff, but you never seem to, people then aren't moaning about this. So it is interesting. I've seen Broya back in training. Yeah, I've also seen that. That's great that he's back in training. It really is good to see. What else have we got? Philip, hope you're good, bro. We are 5th favourites for the PL according to betting outlets. Probably seems about right, to be fair. I would probably have us down to come 5th in the league. That's where I see us. Phil, big up from Belvedere, mate. I haven't forgotten that. I haven't forgotten. I'm just going to have a quick read through this article, see if there's anything of any note in it, people. Chelsea are preparing to make an opening offer for Lyon wonder kid Rayan Cherki as they seek a replacement for Christian Pulisic, sources have told ESPN. Pulisic is closing in on a move to AC Milan with the United States midfielder due to undergo a medical with Milan in the next 24 hours. And Chelsea are already moving to replace Pulisic with Cherki, one of the targets. Eli Wahi, the talented Montpellier centre forward, is also on the London club shortlist. Cherki, who was born in Lyon as a product of the club's youth system, is valued at around 40 million euros and is under contract until June 2025 after an automatic one-year extension was triggered in April when he reached 15 Liga starts. His wages automatically increased at the time too, and he currently earns 75,000 euros a week. French champions PSG had an offer for Cherki rejected by Lyon in January, but Lyon were open to a sale. Lyon's recent troubles adhering to France's financial fair play rules over next season's budget means they have been forced to let some players go if they want to make signings this summer. What we've got here, Cherki, an attacking midfielder, turns 20 in August, rated as one of the best players of his generation and has been on Chelsea's radar for some time. The club scouts watched him again at length during the recent Under-21 Euros, and he shone for France despite Cherki, who is equally capable with his right and left foot, takes corners and free kicks with both feet, offers great versatility as he can play in every attacking position from winger to second striker, number 10, and even false 9 potentially. Last season was his best yet with 4 goals and 6 assists in 21 Liga starts. So, yeah, that's, obviously Cherki would fit the youth-centered transfer policy that's been implemented since Todd Boehly and Clear Lake took over. But, yeah, that's kind of the latest on Rayan Cherki, is that Chelsea seemingly are preparing a bid here. What have we got going on here? He's a good player. I'm very happy to see all of our players so happy. Cherki valued around £35 million. Do you think Dybala will be a good signing? Look, I think Dybala would be a good signing, but I think if we get Rayan Cherki, then I don't think we're signing Paulo Dybala. It's a big jump to the PL. Cherki may not hold up. It certainly is a big jump for sure. I don't know. I'd pull the brakes on the Cherki deal. I mean, I don't know. I'm really not sure. It's clear that I think that he would go straight into the first team squad. I can't imagine it would be one that, is kind of loaned out, as it were. I don't envisage that being the case if we do go for him. But I think we do want as many of these players on this preseason tour as possible. So we do need to start making moves relatively quickly. So yeah, let's wait and see what happens on the Cherki front. How many positions does Cherki play? We've just gone through that. Start smashing the likes, people, and subscribe. Yeah, guys, as Philip said, keep smashing those likes. People, 61 of you locked in on my channel. Only 31 likes, guys. Let's get this up to 50 likes, guys. Don't be shy. Get involved in the chat, as always, every night. So make sure you hover over that thumb button. Give it a click. It massively helps me out. It takes seconds of your time. It's free, and I would massively, massively appreciate it. So please do smash the likes if you haven't done so already, people. And exactly the same on Chelsea Fan TV as well, guys. Over 310 of us locked in across both channels. So make sure you run those likes up. And guys, make sure you also subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, people. If you're locked in now to my channel and you're not subscribed, or you're locked in on Chelsea Fan TV and you're not subscribed, make sure you click that subscribe button on my channel. Looking to hit 4,000 subscribers before the season starts, people. I've put my link in the chat now. Make sure you click on it and give it a subscribe, guys. I'll be very, very grateful. And the same with 243 of you locked in over on Chelsea Fan TV as well. Guys, if anyone's not subscribed on Chelsea Fan TV, make sure you do subscribe. I'm hoping Broja will be the man for us. I like him and could save us some cash too, potentially. I'm hearing whispers of Caicedo alternatives. Why did we sell Kante without a guarantee of Caicedo? Cherki is very creative. The difference is 10 million, then pay the 90 million. Damn, 20. Yeah. Why do I have a feeling that we won't get Caicedo? Something feels off. I don't know if something feels off. It's just these conversations are seemingly taking a long, long time. And I'm not sure what we could possibly still be discussing in terms of payment structure and that sort of thing. I'm not really sure. Bro, do you think we should sign a striker despite having Jackson and Kunku and Broja? It's a tricky one. If the right striker is available and there's a striker out there that Pochettino wants, then yeah, sure. But we shouldn't just go and sign someone for the sake of it. He's Algerian, ambidextrous, versatile. Please buy and don't speak. I wonder what condition Broja will be in. There's a lot of questions. Yeah, there are a lot of questions. What about a replacement for Mountain Havertz? I think Cherki would be that guy. Yes, Athar, hope you're good, bro. All good with me. Jackson, Broja until January, then Tony. Look, this is a thing that I floated a number of nights on the stream, guys. Like, I wouldn't be dead against it, but it still is a big gamble. I almost feel that maybe the Tony to Chelsea boat has unfortunately sailed. But let's wait and see, guys. Will there be more teams in the Champions League in the 24-25 season? Yeah, a few more. Give these kids Breyer, Jackson, Mudryk, and Nkunku a chance. Can't wait to see them next season. I do agree on that. Lukaku and Jackson will be... Lukaku won't be. Jackson obviously is. What's with Alex's delusional take? Man said we'll complete for the title next season. Look, I'd love to have the same optimism as Alex, but it's an absolute no for me. Look, if I'm wrong, I'm more than happy to hold my hands up on that one. But yeah, I can't see it. How many new players do you think Chelsea will sign? I think we'll get another 3 or 4. Tony's a decent player, but the answer is no, won't happen. I think I agree on that. Seems like he's struggled to do anything in France. No, I wouldn't call him a flop at Lyon, no. Is Cherki injury prone? No, I don't think so. French players have a good track record at Chelsea. Yeah, and generally signings from the French league to the Premier League tend to transmit pretty well. They really do. Except for Bakayoko, yeah, but most of them do. 3 likely players in Chelsea. Lukaku's not coming. Big up, my guy. I do try to because I appreciate you guys tuning in, and it does mean a lot to me. Kind of the streams aren't anything without people watching them. So yeah, I do try and get through as many as I can, which I know I might bang on about smashing the likes and subscribing and stuff, but you know, I would really appreciate it. I appreciate you guys a lot. So I try and do my best to read everything we can. Lukaku going to ball out for Chelsea this year, and Bowley will rule. Very soon going to play for us. We didn't sell Kante, no. Caicedo will be in the States as well, so his kit may change. Yep, agreed. Bro, I've put my link in the chat. It's a bit further up, but I will just quickly do it again for you in case you missed it. I will quickly pop it in again for you and anyone else, guys. Let me just quickly pop that in for you, Andy. It is now in the chat, people. We did not sell Kante, left for free under contract. 3 to 4 players max this summer. Hopefully we don't go on a spending spree and overbloat the squad again. No, we absolutely won't. What else have we got here? Arsenal, Man City, Newcastle will compete for the title. I don't think Newcastle will, but certainly Man City will be up there. Maybe Arsenal as well, potentially. Let's wait and see on that front. Arsenal, what have we got here? Don't want to see Lukaku anywhere near. No, he's not going to be anywhere near. It's a Brentford signing. What, Cherki? No, Cherki is definitely not a Brentford signing. When do you think we'll challenge Man City? How many seasons? So hard to tell. I would say it's going to take us 2 to 3 seasons to do it. Maybe when Pep leaves, it might become a bit easier, but they're still going to have fucking good players and they'll get a very good manager. Chelsea will finish above Arsenal, Tottenham, Man United. I wish, but I can't see that. I watch your stream every time because you make everyone feel involved in the conversation. Now, bro, I appreciate that. I do try my best, guys. I do try my best to get everyone involved in the chat. It's a little bit easier on my own than it is with guests on and stuff, but I always try and read out as much as I can. After this, I think we should refrain from doing business with Brighton and Inter. They are having a laugh. Yep. This preseason could cause tension between Pochettino. There's no kit sponsor. Look, the kit sponsor's got nothing to do with the manager. I don't think Poch has asked about us having a kit sponsor. Not getting targets quickly. No, I think we will. Do you think Levi wants to play for us? Yes, I do. But at the same time, you do have to worry a little bit potentially. But yeah, no, I do think he does want to play for us. But yeah, guys, it looks like Chelsea, according to Julian Laurens, could well be preparing an opening bid for Rayan Cherki. Again, I don't know how long it takes us to prepare an offer. I don't know when that offer goes in. Does that mean this week? Does that mean next week? I don't really know when that means, people. So yeah, we're gonna obviously have to wait and see when that comes in. But the interest in Cherki seems to be concrete, and according to Julian Lorenzo, I said is a very good French journalist, very well connected, particularly with players in France. So let's wait and see. Andy, appreciate that, my guy. Newcastle is one of the best midfields in the league. I can see them winning a league if City drop a level. I still think there's a long way to go for Newcastle. So what do you... Tchouameni for 80 million? Well, Tchouameni's not available for 80 million. I probably still would pay 100 for Caicedo. Welcome, Cherki. A little bit early on that one, but yeah, hopefully we can say that. Caicedo will leave London as a Brighton player and return to London as a Chelsea player. Yeah, I think the big thing for Chelsea is that ideally this has to be done before we jet off, but I actually think it really must be done before we play Brighton in pre-season, because if we play Brighton in pre-season and Caicedo has a really good game for them, they might be thinking, well, hang on a second, we're going to bump the price up a little bit more. So we absolutely do need to get that done before we play them. Who are our current centre midfielders in the senior squad? Enzo, Gallagher, Chukwuemeka, Caicedo, and Andre Santos. Do you think Cherki will play 10 if Nkunku gets injured? Yep, certainly. I think he could. I can't wait to see Caicedo hold the Chelsea shirt. Bro, anything I suggest? So I suggest you subscribe to my channel. I think you already have done so, bro. But yeah, mate, what else have we got? Maybe Brighton waiting until Colwell will come back. That's why they're delayed for Caicedo. Maybe. But yeah, on the Cherki thing, people, looks like Cherki, a bid for Cherki could be imminent from Chelsea. Let's wait and see what happens on that front, guys. It could be interesting to see how this one develops, people. It really could be interesting. But I mean, yeah, that's kind of the new news on Cherki, guys. If Lukaku goes and we get Cherki, we'll be swapping Turkey for Cherki. Yeah, quite good, that. 100 million for Caicedo's absolute daylight robbery. I don't know. I'm a bit torn on this one. I personally would pay it because we desperately need it. But I also understand that 100 million pounds is a phenomenal amount of money. But 100 million pounds seems to be the going rate for any half decent player these days. That just seems to be the reality of the situation at this point in time. That seems to be what it is. Who do you want as plan B if Caicedo doesn't come in? I mean, I'd take Romeo Lavia, but I don't know if that's a plan B. That would be an additional signing for me. Pulisic medical tomorrow. Yeah. Look, I think Cherki could happen potentially. It seems like one of those centre mids that you just named, only one of them is a box-to-box midfielder. Caicedo's a special player. I do agree. I think that I don't know on that one, but what I would agree with you on this one, Bri Guy, is that 100% that sometimes there's players where, do you know what, you just have to sometimes break the bank a little bit to get them. They don't come along very often, but I think Caicedo is one of those. Even if Chelsea have a price in mind that they don't want to go above, I think on certain signings and certain players, you just have to say, look, do you know what? Let's just forget our wage structure. Not the wage structure. Let's forget, let's be a bit more lenient on our budget for this player. And let's just pay the 100 million if that's what it takes. And let's just pay it because we need him. He's a phenomenal player. And it's someone that could be in midfield for Chelsea for the next 10 years. And if he is, then, you're paying 10 million a year. So do you know what I mean? Sometimes you just got to do it. President Jafar, big up my guy. I'm an OG sub. I was here when Rory and Sophie were running the channel. Jeez, mate, I used to watch it when they were on there. And now I'm part of it. Kind of strange how things happen. But yeah, bro, big up for being a subscriber for so long. Hopefully you've subscribed to my personal channel as well, bro. If not, please do. Florentino Luis could be good if Caicedo falls through. Again, people do mention him. Don't know a lot about him. Doesn't look like everybody in stick. Should Liverpool pay... what is it? Should Liverpool pay 50 million for Lavia or get someone like Trevor Chalobah and Frank Kessie for maybe the same fee? I don't think you'll get Chalobah and Kessie for 50 mil. These going to be difficult season, just saying. I don't know. If Brighton bumped down the price to 50 mil, but they wanted Colwell, would you accept? No, I don't think we're in a position where we can be losing Levi Colwell. That's just my opinion. We need a creative player like Cherki, especially with his age. I do agree that we need another creative player. And yeah, he will travel to the US with Chelsea. I think he'll do pre-season with us, and then he'll be assessed, and then he will more than likely head off to Strasbourg to link up with Patrick Vieira. I think Kessie could be a smart move, potentially. Special circumstances, Enzo just get the player in for sure. Do you think Enzo and Caicedo will be a good midfield? Yeah, I certainly think so. I think it certainly then puts us back in the conversation of having one of the best midfields in the league. There's no two ways about it on that one. Big up to BERLON, such doing a fantastic job. Well done. I think they are doing a great job this window. I really do believe that in terms of the amount of outgoings we've done and the time in which we've done them in. Bowley's too lenient with these clubs. Inter open with 23 mil. Brighton as well, offering 40 million for Levi. Look, the bids that other clubs do has got nothing to do with Bowley. Tony Bloomer has Bowley by the balls. He knows Chelsea need him to unlock Enzo. If Cherki is not just a bag of tricks but has end products to back it up, if can translate his league art form to the Premier League, he gets Chelsea close to the top four. I think he probably does get Chelsea close to the top four instead of squad depth, etc. If we sign Caicedo, how many years do you think he'll sign? I think it would be a Secret Scout was reporting they've already agreed an 8-year contract with Caicedo. Personal terms have been agreed since last month, so let's wait and see what it will be. You're old. I've supported Chelsea since, I wasn't even, bro. That's a long time before me. That's a long time before me. I think you supported Chelsea longer than I've been alive. Is Rayan Cherki a good striker in your opinion? He's not a striker, but I think he's a very exciting attacking player. Who is the best transfer window so far? Do you know what? I think probably Liverpool or Arsenal. As much as it pains me to say it, one of those two have definitely had the best window so far. Buy Caicedo with cash. Would you offer a swap of Levi for Ferguson or a straight player swap? Who is the best transfer window? I've done that. Oh yeah, no, they'll take all that stuff down. They will. How many strikers do you think we should have? In 2011-12, when we won Champions League, we had 5. Torres and Elka Drogba, they didn't all play. Lukaku and Sturridge barely played, though. As much as United fan, it's going to be interesting seasons for sure. Yep. No, he's not submitted a transfer request. No. Getting the feeling Caicedo doesn't. No, I don't think. I'm not getting that feeling at all. Please sign Moyes if you're going to get into this. No, I wouldn't. If not, who should we go for? I'd go for Mamardashvili personally, but let's wait and see. We're from the Blues since '84. Big up El Nino. Caicedo's a great sign of 100 mil too much. Do you know what I'm saying, right? This is where I'm a little bit out. People are desperate for us to get Caicedo, right? The Chelsea need Caicedo at all costs. As soon as 100 million gets mentioned, people are then saying to walk away. Like, we either need him or we don't. That's the reality. Has anyone noticed Mudryk looks more beefy? Yeah, it looks like he's done a bit. He's been beefing up in the gym, etc. But again, sometimes good lighting and a decent angle will make you look bigger. So it could also be that. Bring him the money in skips of 1 and 2 piece legal tender. What's the latest on the Vlahovic deal? There isn't really anything on Vlahovic other than Juventus valuing about 65 to 70 million pounds. But Chelsea's interest is just they appreciate the player. Nothing more than that. He's one of 4 strikers on the list for PSG as well. So yeah, let's wait and see. Right, big up. Sort of supporting the Blues since '67. Sancho free to go, play position you're comfortable with. I personally wouldn't take Sancho. We need the type of midfield. No, I don't think we will miss Kovacic. No, if we bring better quality midfielders in, I don't think so. If we don't get Caicedo, then Tchouaméni or Verratti, we need an elite DM. Yeah, I think we will get Caicedo. But yeah, people, let's move off Rayan Cherki now. But a first bid could be coming in this week potentially. First bid could be coming this week, guys. Right, let's move on to. We've done Aubameyang, we've done all that, we've done Lukaku. Let's quickly cover the loan stuff with Datro Fofana and just the loan system in general quickly, and then we will move on to Moises Caicedo. So Datro Fofana has completed his loan move to Union Berlin. There he is in the shirt. He's going to play Champions League football next season and Bundesliga football. I think that's a really, really good loan move from a decent league in the Bundesliga, a much higher level than he's played at before. It's a much better league than the Norwegian league. It's an opportunity for him to get decent minutes under his belt. It's impressed. I think the Bundesliga could suit his playing style more. And, you know, it's an opportunity to play regularly as well. And as I said, there's Champions League football. So I think this all in all is a really, really good loan move for him. So yeah, I think that's really good. And there's obviously new loan rules now as well. You can only loan out 7 players. So that's one spot. Jacob, I don't know much about Union Berlin at all. I couldn't tell you who their starting striker is. I couldn't tell you if he's look, I imagine he might start. He should start games there, but again, I don't know. I think they obviously brought him in for a rotation option as well because they've got Champions League football now, so they're going to have more games than they're used to having. And I think Datro Fofana will do well. Will do well there as well. But more what we want to talk about is the fact that obviously now under new regulations stop clubs loaning out loads and loads of players. You're only allowed 7 loans. So we've now got 6 loans left, and it's going to be interesting to see what we do with those loans because Chelsea are going to keep 2 of those loans back until the end of August in case they need them as they bid to offload the host of unwanted players. So yeah, potentially, if the likes of your Ziyech's or if your Aubameyangs, we can't get rid of them, hold 2 loan spaces back potentially for players that we feel we might not be able to get rid of. And then obviously we can go from there. So There are still 6 available. It's the first of 7, so let's wait and see. So obviously, I think another one that will go out will be Angelo Gabriel. I think the Santos winger. So that's him and Fofana. I think they'll hold back a couple of spaces. Maybe Caicedo or one of Caicedo or Andre Santos will go on loan as well. And then I think it'll be a load of the youngsters. Maybe that Diego Moreira that we signed from Benfica may well go on loan as well. I don't really see any other first teamers going on loan necessarily. Good loan for him. We haven't used up 3. This is the first one, as Nazar's reported. We will never see Fofana again. No, I think we will. We'll sell them to Strasbourg. Can Trevor Chalobah leave? No, there's no buyback clause. No buyback clause at all for Datro Fofana. No buy option at all in the deal, guys. So it's just a straight loan. Some players would be kept for the under-21 team as well. Yep, they absolutely will be. And yet Tino Anjorin's going to probably go on loan as well. Chelsea still see a future for Anjorin at the club, which I find interesting. Let's wait and see kind of what does happen with that one. But I think Anjorin's going to be one of those loan moves as well. And I think, do you know what? The seven loan spots, I think is actually a good thing, because now it just stops you from just loaning so many players out, and it actually forces you to get rid of players. And now Chelsea are only going to be loaning players out that have got a future at the club and they just need developing. And I think that's a good way of going about it. Some players will be kept. We've done that. Maximum fee for Lukaku, I think we'll get around £35 million. Good move for Datro Fofana there. Bad for Chelsea. We look short in a few areas. I don't think it's not a bad move for Chelsea at all. It's a good move for all parties. Yeah, Chris, I do think he does. I do, yeah. Do you think Caicedo will sign, or are we going to miss out on this outstanding player? No, I think he will sign, but it might take a bit longer than we want it to. Webster has gone already. Maximum fee for Lukaku, we've done that. No, Santos is not out on loan. Santos was on loan last season. Santos is now back with the team. He's not on loan. Mudryk looks angry all the time. No, I think that might just be his persona. That's just kind of how he is. Carlton, big up my guy. Appreciate it. Should Amari be introduced to the first team? No, I think it's a bit soon. I think he's another one that could potentially go on loan as well. Sell Ziyech, yes. Anjorin's going on loan. Yeah, but that is why we want a feeder system. We always find loopholes. Hope Caicedo stays. I do as well. Cherky to Chelsea soon? I hope so. According to Julian Laronza, Chelsea preparing a bid for Cherky. So let's wait and see. Although Oba's been given until next Monday off, so he should be able to sort of move away by then. It'll be 6 loaned players by 2024. A club can sanction. However, the cap does not apply to players aged 21 and under, or players who are club trained, i.e., homegrown. Fair enough. Favorite team after Chelsea? I mean, I don't really have a favorite other team. I do quite like Borussia Dortmund, I suppose. Yeah, pretty go Dortmund, to be fair. 7's not enough loan spots. No, it's quite tricky. It is quite tricky. But yeah, let's wait and see who else is going to go out on loan. But yeah, look, as I said in the last couple of night streams, I think this is a really, really good loan spell for Datro Fofana, and I can't wait to see how he does. I hope he gets decent minutes. I hope he gets a fair crack, and that that he does really well, because I think he deserves it. So let's wait and see. I do have hopes for the kid. Let's see how he develops, but I absolutely think he could be decent. You can send as many academy players on loan as you want on top of those 7. Oh, I see. Right, okay. I'm getting worried on how we are moving too slow on this transfer window. Look, I don't think we are moving slow, but I do agree, as each day ticks by and there's no real news on incomings, and you get closer and closer to jetting off for pre-season, then yeah, I do fully appreciate that. It gets a bit more concerning. What do you think of Navas to Chelsea or De Gea? Not De Gea. Look, Keylor Navas for me, I think would be a decent stopgap signing, absolutely for sure. Can see Santos and Caicedo being future stars. No, I absolutely can as well. I think they'll be very, very good. Santos will be loaned out as well. Caicedo, I think so too. I think there's a chance that Santos, depending on how well he does in pre-season, could certainly be a backup to Caicedo as and when we sign him. Sell Cole to Liverpool? Absolutely not. We signed Enzo for 106 million. I would pay 100 million for Caicedo. Fair. Pogba if Pogba was to cost 10 million, I would definitely take him as a midfield depth option, no doubt. For 10 million euros, for sure, yes. If Cherky was a replacement for Pulisic, we'd offer him 20 quid, right? Mudryk, yeah, he has. People don't realise what these people have got going on. Yeah, Black Diamond, big up my guy. Like, share, subscribe, lads. People, make sure you keep running the likes up. What are we on my channel at the moment? 50 likes with 60 of you still locked in, guys. Let's get this up to at least 60 likes on my channel. Guys, 330 of us locked in total. Well, almost 300 locked in over on Chelsea Fan TV. So make sure you keep running the likes up, guys, and subscribe to both channels if you haven't done so. Yeah, Lukaku gone. He's gone, mate. No, not for 10, not for free. Fair. Pay 100 million. Caicedo is top draw on another DM. Also, Cherky and Striker will cook. I've been going since 78, home and away. Europe, great. Oh, I appreciate that, bro. Yeah, I mean, I may well have seen you at a few games. I mean, I was pretty much at every home and away game last season. I probably did see you at some, but just didn't realise. Pogba's injury prone. Send Lukaku to the gulag. Can we what? Zakaria, have we missed out on Caicedo? No, we've already been and done with Zakaria. I think Zakaria is attracting interest from West Ham, so I think that would be a very decent move for him. Santos will be staying. We're not doing the loan army anymore. It is dead. Yeah, no, I think Santos potentially will stay. Zakaria talking with West Ham. Yeah, look, I think it's going to be interesting to see what of the more established players end up going on loan. It is certainly going to be very interesting on that front. So yeah, let's wait and see. Right, let's move away from this Datro Fofana stuff, people in the loan stuff. Let's talk about Moises Caicedo, because Moises Caicedo has been speaking today. He did an interview, it looks like in South America somewhere, could even be in Ecuador. He must be at home at this point in time. I'm not sure when he did it. But yeah, let's get on to this Moises Caicedo stuff. So, Moises Caicedo, it's a big team. So this is on Chelsea. It's a big team. That's true. A very historic team. And I can't say no to joining because it's a very big, historic, beautiful team. The city as well. It's beautiful. It's got everything beautiful. He does go on to say, what kid wouldn't like to have teams like that talking about him? It's something I handle well. I try to stay calm. I'm enjoying time with my family, which is the most important thing at the moment. I know it's pressure if you put it like that, but I'm calm. I'm waiting for what God decides because he knows what is best for me. So this is the first communication we have had from Moises Caicedo in terms of anything to do with the Chelsea move. He's obviously saying, you know, it's a big team, it's historical. He couldn't say no to joining. We already know that. He's already given his answer that yes, he will join. Personal terms have been agreed, but it just remains to be seen what Chelsea can do in terms of finding a breakthrough in these conversations with Brighton. I mean, I really don't know what the holdup could be because it feels like we've been locked in talks for weeks on end now, and nothing really seems to be changing. I really don't know what's going on. Yeah, big up to God. God first. Pochettino wants to check everyone out. Why do we let João Felix leave when we're still looking to sign attacking players? Because ultimately, the impact from him, whilst look, I think he's a top player and he's very skillful and all that, wasn't amazing. And for the wages and the money that he'd costs, there are much better alternatives. And to be honest, like we're not gonna have Felix and Nkunku. I just wouldn't see that potentially working. Caicedo wants the move. Bloom is holding him in an Ecuadorian cell. Since I think Poch will use Nkunku in the forward places like he used Eriksen, I think we should be looking for another midfielder besides Enzo and Caicedo. Fair. All this delay not doing the player any good. El Nino. Oh, yeah, on the background. Yep. Do we get top four with Caicedo, Cherky, Vlahovic? I'd like to think we'd be pretty close. Yeah, look, I agree, Andy. I do think with this, it probably is just the payment in terms of the structure, the amount of installments and all that stuff. But you still have to say at the same time, it is very frustrating. It is very frustrating. You know, look, I don't know why a bid's not gone in yet. You know, we've been told for weeks on end that, yes, a bid's coming. And, you know, no bid has materialized at all. Not a single bid has gone in from Chelsea for Moises Caicedo. I mean, I don't really know what the plan is, what we're going to do. You know, how long are we going to hold out for? But surely this should be quite a simple conversation, you know, right? how much do you want? And then they're like, whatever it is. And then you discuss the payment structure. And that can't take that long to come to an agreement over a payment structure. Like it can't be taking days on end. Even if it took a couple of days of conversation, this has been, well over a week's worth of conversations at this point in time. So yeah, I'm really not sure what's going on at this point in time, guys. Really not too sure. Brighton trying to take the mick, in my opinion, potentially. Caicedo wants Chelsea and he wants to leave Brighton. Yeah, he does. We could get top four by adding only Caicedo. That's how good the Caicedo signing will be. Get it done quickly. Desperately need a midfielder. No, I don't think it is. I don't think it is, to be perfectly honest. I mean, it's more than we'd ideally want to pay, but I don't really think it. I don't think it's too much for the player we're getting and the difference that he would make. I reckon it's the payment scheme before the amount is made official. Quite possibly. Just got heavy. Spoke about Chiesa. No, I haven't spoken anything about Chiesa. Are Chelsea scared that Brighton will bring up Colwell? No, of course they're not. Felix on 240k a week, expensive for part-time. Agreed. Colwell, future senior England player. Yeah, look, Colwell's not leaving Chelsea. I've had Martson shouts, if we miss out on Caicedo, what do you think? Well, Martson's not going to play in holding midfield. No. Martson's not going to be a player to transform our midfield. McAllister was that much money because there was a release clause in his contract. That's why there is no release clause in Caicedo's contract. 100 million's okay. What about the Declan Rice transfer? Still not complete. Seems like the more money, the longer it takes to complete. Yeah, exactly. Declan Rice, the transfer is still not done. Yes, it's all been agreed and whatnot, but it's not been announced or anything like that. So, the more money involved, the bigger the transfer is. The longer these things do take. You just got to be patient. Brighton waiting for City and Pep. They could be in for a long wait. Who would you start? Cherki, Madueke? Would you keep both or send? Look, both are staying for me. Both are staying for me, absolutely. But yeah, obviously we've had Moises Caicedo speaking today, guys. Oh well, that interview, I don't know when that was. Fairly recently, could have been today, could have been over the weekend, or whenever it was. But I mean, yeah, it is an interesting one. People, we've had Moises Caicedo speak for the first time on Chelsea. But yeah, look, I think obviously us getting Enzo Fernandez for around 106 million pounds, Declan Rice going for 105. That certainly hasn't helped our cause for trying to get a bit of a cheaper offer. But again, I don't think you can use the Enzo Fernandez deal as a yardstick for Caicedo. I don't think you can really use the Declan Rice deal as a yardstick either. I think Tchouaméni to Real Madrid around that 85 million pound mark is a much better indication of the situation at hand, of what would be a fair deal for Moises Caicedo. I'm not saying that Moises Caicedo wouldn't be worth the 100 million pounds. He would be, but I still think that the fact that the Declan Rice and the Enzo Fernandez stuff has happened, is going to be a slight issue for sure, because Brighton are going to look at it and think, well, hang on a second, we've got a top midfielder here. Why isn't he going to go for a similar figure to what those two went for? We can't compare player price to one another. It's different. Whether it's Rice, Caicedo, McAllister, all different. Yeah, no, it is all different. Lukaku takes himself for the sky. In truth, he is ashamed. I guess you are right. Rice, Caicedo, and Vardy all not done. No, exactly. Think how long this Vardy stuff's been going on for as well. Rice has been going on for a while as well, guys. So, yeah, that's that is the way it is at the moment. I don't think Madueke is ready enough to start for Chelsea. Very poor end product and slow decision making sometimes. I think he started most games. He didn't start in the final because of fitness issues, but I'm pretty sure he started most games. I'm excited to see what Madueke does next season. I think it could be decent. I'm excited to see how he develops in the Pochettino. I think there's a very good player there. So yeah, why not? I think it could be really good for him. I think for him and Mudryk, it's going to be big. Brighton had a gentleman's agreement with Caicedo. Why are they asking for 100 million, making the deal difficult for his dream move? You paid 5 million for this boy. Yeah, exactly. They're making huge money on him. Enzo's a World Cup winner and young player of the tournament. Declan Rice, English tax. Hopefully we can agree 90 million for Caicedo. Let's hope so. Brighton are just an example of unbridled greed. Well, they're in the strong position here. They're in the best position, unfortunately for us. Caicedo and Cherki would be great. Yeah, look, for sure, Caicedo and Cherki would be great. I think the frustration with the Caicedo deal is that it just seems to be taking so long, and because you're not really seeing because you're not really seeing, you know, any sort of progress played out in public, people think that nothing's happening. Whereas the reality is, you know, I think a lot is going on behind the scenes, but they're having daily verbal communications, but there isn't really any updates or indications of how things are progressing. I think things are slowly progressing, but again, there's no real indication of when a breakthrough might be reached. Yes, the idea is to have Caicedo on the plane to the States, but ultimately, if he's not, you know, with Brighton having their preseason in America as well, and we're playing them, it should make it a lot easier, you would think. You would think it would make it easier to still do a deal. You could have medical stuff in America and could link up with Chelsea. But yeah, you ideally want it done before them. We don't want to be playing Brighton in pre-season and Caicedo is still a Brighton player. We need to avoid that. Pochettino has had the boys training too. Yeah, he has had them training hard, working the boys hard, which is exactly what we need. We don't need decent. We need players to overperform next season. Yeah, we do. Do you think Pochettino's a strong number 9 to be successful? Julian Alvarez is not coming to Chelsea. He's just signed a new long-term contract to Manchester City. He's been there one season. He's absolutely not coming to Chelsea, Julian Alvarez. Cherki starts ahead of Madueke for me. I think Madueke's ceiling is high, just needs to start every game. So I think we should loan. No, absolutely shouldn't loan Madueke. No, I disagree with that. I'm worried about Cherki's work rate and end product. Leverkusen's Wirtz is clearly a better player, though a little more expensive. He is more expensive, but I think he might be a touch older as well, maybe. Or I could be totally wrong on that. They may be around a similar age. I always thought Wirtz was maybe 20, 21. Cherki's still 19 until next month. So yeah, I don't know, people. It's certainly going to be interesting. Do you think we should sign Dybala? Look, I wouldn't be against Dybala, but I can't see us signing Dybala and Cherki. I think it'll be one or the other. And for me, unfortunately, it would appear that, you know, Dybala, for me, might not be signed purely based on the fact that he doesn't fit into the age range that we're looking to sign at this point in time. That's the thing. I think that's the big thing for me that counts against Dybala. Wirtz not for sale. Cherki is young and raw enough for Poch to change him. Agreed. Wirtz no Havertz after effects. In 8 seasons, do you think Caicedo will be worth £100 million? Well, you'd have to think he might be worth more. Who knows? Who knows? Again, it depends, of course, how he develops and all that sort of thing. But yeah, that's kind of the latest on the Caicedo deal, guys. Is that, you know, Caicedo's obviously spoken about a move to Chelsea, say be open to it essentially. But other than that, Chelsea and Brighton still locked in talks, and there's no major updates. Really, no major updates on the Caicedo thing. But it looks like another day ticks by, no bids gone in, and we get another day closer to jetting off to the States for pre-season. And yeah, it looks like each day that passes looks like Caicedo is just not going to be on that plane to the States, which would be a real shame. Obviously, we'll be on a plane to the States because Brighton are playing out there. But yeah, I think it would be a real shame for us to miss out for sure. Where do you think couldn't make it? France though, steer clear. Gallagher could be our backup 10. Do we really need Cherki? No, I think we do need someone creative because we've got to replace Mount and Havertz. We don't need to replace them both, but one player needs to come in as a replacement for those attacking midfielders. Dybala says he loves Rome and staying in Italy. Where do you think we finish next season? I'm going to say 5th and get back in the Champions League, but again, I could be wrong on that. We could do well. We could come 3rd or 4th, but I'm going to say 5th at this point in time. But that could change depending on who we sign. Fair, but who are you playing in the 3 behind the striker out of Mudryk and Kunku, Cherki and Madueke? I would play Mudryk and Kunku Madueke with Cherki as a rotation option. Didn't Gabriel Jesus do the same thing, then leave to Arsenal? No, because Jesus had 1 year left on his contract, I think. Julian wants to be over Haaland and more Argentina. He's not coming. You boys need to forget about that. He's not coming. Gallagher should never play again. I don't think that's a bit harsh. Wirtz is more hardworking and physical than Havertz, pace and very technical too. I wish to see Moises and Chelsea Blue in pre-season against Brighton in my hometown, Philadelphia. I mean, that would be great. If you could see Caicedo in your hometown of Philadelphia, one of his first Chelsea performances in a Chelsea shirt, then yeah, what a sight that would be. A struggling season on the horizon for Chelsea? No, I don't think so. I really hate this with players a bit over a young age. I think if we want to improve, we need the right players, no matter their age, but quality that they can give. No, I agree on that, but it looks like that's the way that the club are going down. You know, they want to go with the younger model. Again, look, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it, but at the same time, you know, this is the way we're looking to go. Some experienced players could be helpful in there, but we do have experience in the team. You know, we've got Thiago Silva. Kepa is experienced at 27 years of age. Chilwell, 26. Sterling, very experienced. So there are experienced players there. Enzo Fernandez, despite his years, is experienced in big moments. World Cup winner, Copa America winner. Do you know what I mean? There is experience there. Gallagher back up 10. No, absolutely. I disagree on that. Gallagher got that dog in him. If we don't sign anyone else, what would be your starting 11? Oh, Jesus. I mean, I'd probably go Santos and Enzo. I'd go Badiashile, Silva, James and Chilwell. And then I'd go Mudryk and Kunku and Madueke with Jackson up top. Do you think Chelsea? Yeah, I do think so. Are Brighton looking to buy certain players? I'm not sure. I think Gallagher could be good for us this season. I do think, you know, he could definitely be worth keeping around the place. There's no two ways about it. So did you see the new Felix clip, him being frustrated in the Atletico Madrid training? Yeah, Felix is not going to be at Madrid. They're giving his number 7 shirt to Antoine Griezmann, and he's training in a separate group away from the first team. I think PSG could be keen on Felix, but yeah, kind of mad how he's just kind of been frozen out and forced out of Atletico Madrid. But yeah, guys, that is the latest on Moises Caicedo. He's spoken out on a move about Chelsea, not necessarily saying too much about the move, but, you know, saying he couldn't say no to joining. So yeah, it is what it is. So yeah, you know, let's wait and see what the rest of this week's got in hold in regards to Moises Caicedo. But yeah, I don't think there's not really too much more to update on other than still locked in talks. And he's just had this to say in the last couple of days. Could have been today. I'm not sure. Pros and cons of the kindergarten model. We should reconsider getting... No, absolutely not. Currently speaking, this team would struggle to get 10th place. I'm looking forward to Gusto. Yeah, I'm looking forward to Gusto as well. Chelsea could also look to free agents, especially Kamada, who is decently experienced. Maybe. Yeah, that's also a good point. A point that I've made before. I like the fact people are sleeping on Sterling. I still believe he's our best winger. He's got to prove it. Gallagher could be decent. One of the best players in a shambolic season. Can we just have a moment to say that Chelsea won the same amount of trophies as Arsenal last season? Absolutely. We can have a moment to do that. The young model always involves a lot of injuries too, and we have the worst medical staff in the league. That should improve, hopefully. Do you think absolutely not? No. He has still kept Chelsea in his Insta bio. He misses us. Who's that? Oh, who's kept... that's gone off slightly. Who's kept them in his Insta bio? Who's that referring to? Oh, yeah, Felix, sorry. Stream will go mental when we finally get Caicedo. Yeah, it'll be popping off. It'll be big. Never. We don't need Felix. Can be 2 devices. He's not a Poch player. No work rate. Right. Anyway, guys, let's move away from Caicedo. No real update there. Let's talk about Paulo Dybala. By the way, guys, still over 340 of you locked in. Guys, 67 of you locked in on my channel. Make sure you get the likes up, guys. Still on 59 likes. Let's try and get to 70. Even push it to 80 likes if possible, people. Would massively, massively appreciate it. Same over on Chelsea Fan TV. Get those likes up. And guys, if you haven't subscribed to either channel yet, please make sure you do subscribe. It's seconds, it's free, and it massively, massively helps me out. Link to my channel is now in the chat. So if you're locked in on my channel, you're locked in over on Chelsea Fan TV, and you haven't subscribed, guys, click the link, click that subscribe button. It takes seconds. It does massively, massively help me out. And I do greatly appreciate it. So if you could just return a tiny bit of support and a tiny favor by clicking that subscribe button, that would be massively, massively appreciated, guys. It really would be. And you can also subscribe to Chelsea Fan TV as well, people. Let's quickly talk about Paulo Dybala, because Enzo Fernandez has been speaking on the subject. and he's saying that he wrote to Dybala to come to Chelsea. I hope he comes. Let's see what happens. So it's clear there's a little bit of what you might call tapping up going on. Obviously Thiago Silva speaking to him at the British Grand Prix. Now we've got Enzo Fernandez sending in messages to see if he can get him to come to the club. So yeah, let's wait and see what happens on this one. I think obviously they're keen to try and get Dybala. I think a lot of Chelsea players would be happy to see him come. I don't think the wages will be extortionate. The transfer fee is certainly not extortionate. So yeah, look, I think this potentially could be quite decent. It would be a decent move. It would tick an experience box as well, and it would be a good rotation option. My only concern is that it's not a profile of player or age range of player that the club are looking to sign. So yeah, it's a tricky one. Agent Enzo is trying his best to get a deal across the line here, people. I mean, guys, what are your thoughts on a move for Dybala? Would you rather get Dybala or Cherki? What makes more sense? Obviously, Dybala 30 this year, whereas Cherki will be 20 in August. Obviously, a big difference in age. Obviously, Dybala a much more finished article player than Rayan Cherki is. But I don't know. What are we thinking, people? Guys, as Daniel says, try and get me to 4K as quickly as possible. I think we're about 340 odd away from that. I reckon we can get that before the season starts. Absolutely get that before the season starts, people. So yeah, guys, if you haven't subscribed, as I said, make sure you do. Not Dybala, neither. Did Dybala not just say he was staying and then take pictures of the new Roman kit? Yeah, he's been part of the new kit launch there. Cherki going to be 10 times better than Dybala. Cherki, if it's a choice, I would get Dybala purely on an experience basis. Our squad lacks that. Fair. 2 experienced wingers and 2 young wingers. What's wrong with that? No, I'm not saying anything's wrong with that, but it looks like Agent Enzo is trying to pull some strings in this Dybala move. But yeah, it's an interesting one, people. It is an interesting one. I'm not really sure. I don't know what route we're gonna go down, guys. I'm really a little bit unsure. Are we going to go Dybala or are we going to go Cherki? Would Cherki be open to coming? How often are we going to use him? Let's wait and see kind of what bids are going to be going in. Love Dybala, but would take Cherki over him. Dybala can play as a number 10 for sure. Must get Dybala. I think he's a great player. Fair. I don't really like when players send these messages. Disrespectful to Enzo teammates. Is it? Cherki going to last longer, but I'm not sure on either, to be fair. I say Dybala will help Cherki, Caicedo, etc. The younger boys. Cherki's stats are terrible. The kid's 19. We've got to move away from just looking at people's numbers. We do need to move away from that. It's more than just a numbers game. Obviously, he's not going to have the best stats for his age, but he's one of the most talented kids in Europe for sure. So injury prone Dybala, he does have a bit of he's a bit injury prone. Is Dybala a left foot or right foot? I'm not sure, actually. He was actually one of the best players of Roma last season, so why not? It's only 10 million, agree. Unless Poch asked Enzo to do it, I think it's a bit disrespectful. This sort of thing goes on all the time. Think about when teams go to national training together, they're always asking players to come and join their clubs. Did anyone seriously think Lukaku was to show up for training? Nah, Nick-Nack, I hear you. I don't think any of us were expecting Lukaku to turn up for training. That is absolutely clear. Get Dybala, we're getting way too many youngsters. Why does everyone think he's good if he hasn't done anything? Why he the same age, yet his stats are great? Yeah, because he's a centre forward. Dybala's injury problems are the worst, but for 12 million euros, it's a win-win. I agree. I would say we're not going to do that because he's got an ACL injury. Cherki played well in the under-21s. He did. It's not a big issue. Even Silva asked Dybala at the F1. Yeah, exactly. I don't think it's a big issue at all. But yeah, a bit late to the party for the Dybala signing. Maybe. I think it depends. Maybe it could be a bit late. I don't really know, people. I'm not sure on that one. But yeah, guys, if anyone's got any questions they want answering in the chat, I think we will begin to round this one out. Last few minutes, guys. You got any questions you want to ask? Get them in the chat, and then I can go through them before I round this one out, guys. So yeah, do let me know. Do let me know, people. If you've got any questions, just go check if there's any last minute news that's come through on Twitter. No, doesn't appear to be. So yeah, guys, any questions? Do let me know. I trust new recruitment team. If they want a young squad, then young squad it is. Fair. Havertz was wearing the new Chelsea kit. Doesn't mean anything. Dybala's come. Oh, I'd like Dybala to come. Get Dybala and Pogba. I mean, that they are not both coming. We prefer Karim Adeyemi to Dybala. It was the first team Felix was training with. Saw Aspie and Soyuncu. Fair. What would be your dream signing if you had infinite budget? Probably Kylian Mbappe. Chelsea Fanatic, big up my guy. Not diabolical, but does have injury issues for sure. What's your thoughts on the striker situation? I'm kind of not that keen to continue with Jackson all season. Yeah, it's an interesting one because we have been down that route so many times before of spending big money on an experienced striker and it's not worked out. So it's a gamble either way. Look, I'm happy to stick with Broja, Jackson, and Nkunku doing that job, but let's wait and see. Yeah, Eli Wahi is a centre forward. Cherky isn't. Have trust in Pochettino. Can we just all agree Gallagher isn't going to play any more minutes for us? And no news on Caicedo. It's the same. We're still locked in talks. Are we going to sign another goalie? Yeah, we will. I don't know who, though. Spurs better than Chelsea. Not keen at all. Okay. Jackson wasn't big money. No, he wasn't big money. No. Let's see what happens tomorrow on transfer news. Absolutely, guys. I do agree on that one. But yeah, people, I think we're going to start to round this one out now, guys. A massive thank you to each and every one of you who has tuned in. As always, it is greatly appreciated, guys. On your way out, guys, make sure you subscribe to both channels. Please make sure you run the likes up on both channels as well, guys. Last call to arms. On your way out, guys, smash the like. 64 likes on my channel. Let's get that to 70 likes before we round this one out. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. Link is in the chat now. And make sure you also subscribe to Chelsea Fan TV, guys. I am looking to get to 4,000 subscribers before the season starts, guys. So please do, every single one of you in here, if you can, please make sure you subscribe to my channel, guys, particularly those of you over on Chelsea Fan TV as well. I would really, really appreciate it. But yeah, big thanks to every single one of you that's locked in. Thanks for getting involved in the chat. I'll be back tomorrow with another daily transfer update. Let's hope we get some more positive news, some exciting news. But yeah, guys, as I said on the way out, smash the like, subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so. I will catch you again tomorrow night with another daily transfer update. As always, take care. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Up the Chelsea and peace out, people.